Hello, guys, and welcome to this week's episode of the Limitless Landscapers podcast. Now, as promised in the last episode, I'm currently doing a series of growth strategies for landscaping businesses. And so today's episode is going to focus on a further two, and those are SEO and email. So, if you're interested in growing your landscaping business and want some ideas, let's go to the show. As the co-founders of the Landscaper Circle, we help you get more money, time and freedom to become limitless. Through our experiences as fellow landscapers and our tried and tested methods, if you want help with your marketing, managing or growing your business, you've definitely come to the right place. If you're a landscaper, garden designer or supplier to the industry, then hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Now, let's get back to the show. Hello, guys, and welcome to this week's episode of the Limitless Landscapers podcast. How are you guys? I am currently just recovering from a bad back. I managed to pull my sacroiliac joint and part of my lumbar just by literally carrying some things in from the car and coats, some water bottles and stuff. Carrying them in from the car Friday and literally Friday night in agony. Today, I managed to get an appointment with the guy that fixes all of these types of problems. Had some acupuncture, sports massage, and got clipped back into place. So feeling a little bit sore, but hopefully I'm now fixed. But it does mean that it's been a bit of a rest week coming up for me, which is, if you know me, I don't do rest. Yes, that's exciting. I hope you guys are all well. We are heading into the Christmas period. We are heading into goal setting and planning season. And as promised, I'm delivering some ideas on growth strategies for your landscaping businesses, mainly so that you can give them a bit of thought before we look at planning 2025, because there will be an episode towards the end of December looking at 2025 planning. And I think you need to think about different strategies that you can utilize in your business in order to grow next year and beyond. My background is in sales and marketing. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that. And landscaping, obviously, I've been in this industry for now 14 years, courtesy of my husband. And the point being of me joining the business was to help run and grow my husband's landscaping business. Obviously, fast forward 14 years, and it's really important to continue to look at growth strategies for the business, no matter at what point you are, whether you're just starting out, whether you're like me, a well-established 14-year-old business, or you're a few years in. You need to give some of these growth strategies thought in order to know where you're going to put your focus. Because as business owners, we can get pulled in multiple directions. And unfortunately, we can be almost like magpies where we get really excited by the next big thing. So at the moment on social media, you've got Twitter going, you've got X there, you've got other, I think someone mentioned something called Blue something. I pay no attention because it doesn't interest me. I probably should do, but there's that social media thing coming on, plus Instagram threads. And quite frankly, you can think you have to be doing everything in order to have a successful landscaping business, and you don't. You just have to pick what works well for you. Now, last week, I touched upon the importance of testimonials and referral strategies, and they are really key and they're free. Now, today, what I wanted to touch upon is search engine optimization, which essentially is your online presence of your business, as well as old-fashioned and underutilized email marketing. Now, what is SEO? It's search engine optimization. It's essentially trying to get your website found online and also get your business found online, because in this day and age, unfortunately or fortunately, whichever way you want to look at it, being online has to be one of your key strategies for growth, because that is where people are looking for you. They are looking for your website. They are looking to see if you're posting on social at all. They're looking to see if you're present online. A lot of people will pay SEO companies to do this for them. And I've spoke to many clients who have had really good SEO companies that have worked on their behalf. And I've also equally spoken to a lot of clients who have been unhappy with their SEO being run by an external company. Whatever you decide to choose, it needs to be thought about, because it is a way for your clients to find you, especially your website, which is your shopfront online. So what are some key strategies? The first thing is keyword research. You have to identify relevant keywords and phrases that your clients are going to search for. It could be landscaping near me, it could be garden design services in your area. So essentially, I would say garden design services Hampshire, for instance. It might be driveway specialist. It might be garden design ideas Hampshire. It could be lots of different things, but it's your job initially when you are looking at search engine optimization is to identify these relevant keywords and phrases and then utilize them in your copy. You can utilize them to create blogs from them. So your blogs will be found, and in which case your website will be found. And essentially you can create your copy to suit the relevant keywords that are being searched for. The second thing you need to look at is your on-page SEO. And that means what I've just touched upon, creating optimized content. So that has the keywords that you want to be found for on there. It needs meta tags and it needs headers. Now, this is all website jargon, so you need to speak to your web designer, or if you're doing it yourself, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about there. But it's essentially how you label your pages and that sort of jazz. Now, it's also really important to have high quality images on your website, and a lot of us forget about these. We put our website up and then we forget to update them. It's very important that you keep adding high quality images of the jobs that you are working on, because as we grow and develop as businesses, we will change who we are serving, and the projects that you want to work on more, you need to make sure at the forefront of what your customers are seeing. So on your website, in your galleries, as your case studies, which we touched upon last week with the client testimonials. As I touched upon as well, informative blog posts that are going to be found are going to be relevant and are going to answer your client questions. So when people say, I don't know what to write about, then you need to look at, one, your keyword research, and secondly, what questions your clients are asking you in order to answer those questions in a really informative and relevant blog for them. They'll be more likely to read it, they'll be more likely to trust you, and you'll be of interest to them. The third thing about SEO is local SEO. That's really important for us as landscapers, because we obviously work in a small area, normally around 50 miles of where we are located, where our offices are located. So for me, my office is located in Southampton. We cover a 50-mile radius of that. Now, a couple of things you can do. You can set up Google My Business. If you haven't done that, please get it done. You need to set it up. Also on Google My Business, you can then create posts on there. You need to fill in the information to make sure that if clients search you, it's there as well. And the importance of then getting those reviews on Google. So we talked about testimonials last week in the podcast. It's important now to think about how you are going to get your clients to give you 5-star reviews on Google, because that will really push your SEO rating and look really good when people are searching for you. Number 4 is tracking your SEO performance. So you need to look at things like Google Analytics and SEMrush and other various tools. There's lots out there. Just do a quick Google search. But you need to monitor your website traffic and your rankings. So what are you ranking for? What keywords are you ranking for? How many people are finding you? How long are they staying on your website? Are they staying on there fairly long, or are they bouncing off straight away? When people are searching for you, are you relevant to their search term? All of these things you need to see in order to then work on your website and improve it going forward. It's really interesting as well. You should get a snapshot from Google Analytics. I know I do from my website, but it will show you how many people have been viewing your website, how many have actually requested directions or called you from it as well. So that's even just a basic snapshot that I get monthly sent to my email address, so that I know if my people visiting has gone up or down, if the number of inquiries or requests for directions or calls have gone up and down as well. So that's quite important. The second thing I wanted to talk to you about today is email marketing. Now, email marketing is important in any industry, not just the landscaping industry, because it's cost-effective way of generating more sales to your business, because you are contacting clients who have either bought from you, people who have inquired with you, or people that have filled in an online inquiry form. All of these things, they will be on your database, and then you utilize your database for email marketing. It's a really good way of keeping in contact with your clients, because who knows what happens in your clients' lives. You may have created their garden 5 years ago and they've now moved to a new location. If you're keeping in touch with them regularly with an email marketing campaign, then they will know and remember you. You'll probably be at the top of their list for when they come to get another landscaping company to come and do their new garden. And you are just fresh in their mind. It just keeps the communication channels open. It's really important as well, if you have some open quotes, for instance, where people are thinking about who they're going to go with for their garden project or driveway project. And essentially, by keeping in touch with them just via a basic newsletter, whether that's once a month or twice a month or every week, whatever you think works for you, what you've got time to do and what you feel happy and comfortable doing, it just means that you can help them make their decision, essentially, because you're keeping in touch with them. If they've got any questions, they'll go, oh, I heard from Aura Landscapes the other day. I'll email them back quickly because I've got a question on that quote. If you weren't sending those email campaigns, then they might forget about you. Go on with the landscaping company that does keep in touch. Obviously, following up is important, and this is not about following up. This is about keeping in touch on a regular basis via email marketing. You do have to, there's a few elements of email marketing and how to do it. The first thing is you need to build a really quality list, and you need to make sure you have a method for collecting those email addresses. So for instance, you should have already, if you haven't, go and do this, have a website sign up form. Okay, because the website sign up form is almost like a subscribe here. So it should be just a basic box on your website which says want more info or want to subscribe to the newsletter, enter your email address. If you do an event, so if you decide you are going to go to and do a local event, you need a way of capturing their email addresses. So say if you decided to be a stand holder at Futurescape, you need to collect people's email addresses when they get to your stand. You can utilize incentives for subscribing. So you might offer a discount, you might enter them into a free prize draw for something, you might do a free consultation, whatever it might be, have an incentive. The second step of this is then looking at crafting really effective emails. So as I've discussed briefly, you've got the newsletter style email where you would send that out on a regular basis, but it has to have kind of a reason why you're sending it. So it needs to be informative to them. So you need to give them a tip or something of interest to them so that it's not just you selling. And then you would have a promotional offer or highlighting something new in your business or highlighting a staff member. There's lots of different things, but then at the end, there does need to be a call to action, a reason for you sending it, and an opportunity for them to buy something from you or refer a friend, all of the above. Now, you can also segment email campaigns out. So you can do separate email campaigns to open quotes in order to try and get them closed without you having to phone everybody up all the time. Or this could be after you've tried phoning everyone, they go into an email campaign sequence that is literally just asking them if they had any questions and then following up regularly with them until they say yes or no. You could also segment it out to new inquiries, people that perhaps didn't book a site visit when they initially inquired with you, so they're just there in your email list. You could write to them personally asking them if they would like a site visit or if anything's changed. And you can also obviously do a segmentation to people that have said no, just to find out a bit more. Maybe you want to get some feedback. Maybe they had questions they hadn't answered, any of these things, or you could just leave them. It's not a problem. But essentially, it's thinking about how you could segment them and also make them personal. Use their first name if possible when you are emailing. Make it as personal to them as you can. And then number 3, looking at email automation, because in order to do it effectively, you do need to automate it as much as possible. Otherwise, what will happen is it will go on your to-do list and you won't ever get round to doing it because it won't be important to you. And you won't have time to do it. So it just goes on that list over and over again. So essentially, if you can look at things like MailChimp, I know Squarespace have an email automation option on them, so you can run email campaigns through the Squarespace website. But essentially, you can set it all up and then you can send it out. You upload your database, you create your newsletter or your personalized email campaigns, and then you can set it to schedule it to go out at certain times and days. It's really important as well that you set up automated campaigns for follow-ups and reminders, because that's another thing that gets lost that could be automated. An important thing to do after you've started doing the email marketing is to measure its success. And the key metrics that you are looking to track are open rate. So who's opened it? How many people have opened that email? How many have clicked through? So have they clicked on the call to action button or not? And then obviously, how many have converted to inquiries and sales versus not? You can then look at A/B testing to see if you can improve your email performance. So sending out the same email with maybe 2 different subject headings. One half the list is sent one version of the email, the other half is sent the second version. See which one obviously is more successful. So that's a little bit about email marketing, conversions, all of these sorts of things. There's a lot that you can talk about with SEO and email campaigns. But what I would like to say is you need to think about your marketing strategy going forward. And if you like the idea of setting up automated email campaigns and you think this could be part of your growth strategy, essentially look more into that. If you think SEO is where it's at, go and have a look online about SEO, and also start looking at your website as well, because you can make quite a few tweaks there in order to gain better visibility online. So if you are looking to grow your business, I'm in the process of just launching my new office hours package for people that want coaching, but without the high price tag. If you are interested in finding out more, drop me an email. It's paula@thelandscaperscoach.co.uk. I will be posting some bits out on social. And if you are on my newsletter database, you'll be getting a little bit of an exclusive discount coming up in the next few days. So keep your eyes peeled or get on that list if you're interested. So if you've got any questions about SEO, about email campaigns, about office hours, my new package, then just get in touch. If you haven't seen last week's podcast where we touched upon customer testimonials, case studies, all of that jazz, as well as referral strategies, then go and listen to it, because it's really important that you keep looking at growth strategies for your business and then putting them into a cohesive marketing campaign going forward for your business next year. And I keep saying next year because we all tend to down tools December. We all tend to take our foot off the accelerator because it is going into Christmas mode and it's finishing off jobs and getting ready to start new ones in the new year. So just bear that in mind, that these are all food for thought. Next week, I'll be back again with a further 2 strategies for you. But just, have a think what you would like to work on in your business. Have a think if any of these growth strategies work for you or you want to find out more. And as I say, get in touch if you need any help. That's what I'm here for. I'm the Landscapers Coach, and I'm here to help and support you grow your landscaping and garden design business and be a support and guide for you going forward into 2025 and beyond. Thank you for listening, guys, and I will see you next week on the Limitless Landscapers podcast.